Aaron Rodgers has done it again, losing the last game of the season 20-16 against the Detroit Lions, failing to make the playoffs. Finished 205, a touchdown, an interception. 3 years in a row that the last game of the season that they played not only ended in a loss, they've actually, every game ended the season. For a long time now, they've ended in a loss. But again, he got outplayed. He got outplayed by Jared Goff. Jared Goff had 324 yards. Jared Goff looked sharp. He looked into it. Jared Goff had nothing to play for. He looked dialed like he was the one on the verge of making the playoffs. See how Seahawks ruined that chance for the Jared Goff and the Lions earlier on Sunday. And Jared Goff was the one that looked like he was on the verge of making the playoffs. The Detroit Lions, Jamal Williams, 72 yards, 2 touchdowns. Their incredible wide receiving core, their incredible team. They looked poised. They looked held together. They looked like they were determined to go on to the playoffs and prove everybody wrong. Aaron Rodgers is just more and more proving everybody right. I said earlier this year when things really looked bleak that they should have moved on from Aaron Rodgers, started Jordan Love, and see what you have there. Aaron Rodgers, he wanted to leave back-to-back seasons after winning MVP, after being the number 1 overall seed, getting to the conference championship game 2 years ago. He wanted to leave in spite of all of that. You mean to tell me they're going to have a mediocre, possibly losing season, which did end up happening? You're telling me they're going to have a mediocre season and he's going to want to stay around? Why on earth would he do that? He's wanted to leave now 2 years in a row. Now, he's probably gone. He says he wants to hold on to the jersey. And he's had a very cagey ride here with the Green Bay Packers over the last few years, and most of it is his fault. He's had the opportunity to try to build a rapport with these younger wide receivers this year, Christian Watkins, Romeo Doubs, and it took forever them to finally get on the same page. And by the time they did that, they were already multiple games under 500. They have a great rushing attack that I don't understand why they don't lean on heavier than they do. A.J. Dillon and, Aaron Jones, other Aaron. They have an incredible rushing attack, arguably the best rushing attack in the league, the best running back tandem in the league. And they really go away from them a lot, even though they can control the clock and let Aaron Rodgers just do work in the red zone. I don't understand why they don't lean on that more. But Aaron Rodgers, again, comes up short. He has nobody else in the NFL to blame but himself. He has had so many talented teams over the years. He's had an incredible defense on the other side now for nearly the entirety of his career. For the last 10 years, the Packers have had one of the best defenses in the NFL. They've been able to put him in good field position and not allow a lot of points on the other side of the ball. 20 points allowed to the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions have had one of the best offenses in football this year. They just can't stop anybody. That's their issue. They can't stop anybody. And they're 2-0 against the Packers this year. It's incredible. Aaron Rodgers, I don't know what he ends up doing now. I don't know whether he goes to the Jets, whether he goes to Tampa when Tom leaves. I don't know what he's going to do. But he really needs to look himself in the mirror. And what is his career? He's won a Super Bowl. He's got these efficiency records, QBR records. He hasn't thrown a lot of interceptions throughout his career up until this year. But what is his career? He's gotten all this talent. When he throws the ball, watching him throw a deep ball is beautiful. It's so fun to watch. I'm not a big fan of his, but I can appreciate the art that his game is. It's very artsy. It's very beautiful. And he's got such incredible talent. But let's say he walks away right now. Are you rating him all-time better than Dan Marino, Drew Brees, Brett Favre? Where do you rank him all-time? Talent alone doesn't get you anywhere when it comes to these top 5, top 10 arguments. What are your results? Okay, you have your MVPs. Okay, your MVP seasons, what have you done with them? 2 MVPs back-to-back years. Won 1 playoff game in 2 MVP seasons. He has not produced any fruit from the labor that he puts out there. He mopes, he complains, he rolls his eyes, he sags his shoulders. He goes out there and looks disinterested. And the entire Packers organization has been walking on eggshells now for multiple years now, because if Aaron's not getting his way, if Aaron's not happy, then the entire team starts to crumble. He is this football team. And they are so emotionally fragile because he's so emotionally fragile. They haven't had a killer instinct to be able to carry teams and blow away teams recently. They had that nice comeback against the Dallas Cowboys, and Aaron Rodgers was what? He was in it. He was locked in. You can see the killer instinct in his eyes. But he has to put up any sort of a fight when he's relied on, like he was yesterday, to make the playoffs. Again, just Aaron Rodgers is, I'm here. I'm rolling my eyes. I'm disinterested. I'm not a rally. I'm not going to rally the troops. You're the captain. You're the quarterback. And another opportunity wasted in a career that now might even be over. It is a shame that we've seen Aaron Rodgers in just one Super Bowl. One Super Bowl from Aaron Rodgers. And that was a pretty good year for Aaron Rodgers. And now in his late 30s, back-to-back MVPs. The amount of talent this guy has and where he's ended up, it's really a shame. It's really a shame. I love football. I love football so much. That's most of my content here on JK Productions. Almost all of my content is football. And then football season ends, I get a little bit more into basketball. But even then, a lot of my content is football. I'm not a Packers fan. I'm a Dolphins fan. I don't hate the Packers. I don't love the Packers. Packers are another team. But the talent they have had in recent years, I want to see the best talent at the end of the year competing. And time again, this is the Aaron Rodgers that shows up. Why wouldn't they have gone to Jordan Love earlier on the season? Aaron Rodgers is disinterested. He doesn't want to be there. You got a losing football team. Look what they had to do just to get into the playoffs. I had to win out. Had to have Washington lose 1 or 2 games. Had to have Seattle lose a game. Had to have Detroit lose a game. And now they're here. They had to have so much just go right just to get here. And you know what? They did it. Fair enough to them. But losing football team, Aaron doesn't want to be there. Jordan Love, you've had on the bench now for 3 seasons. You drafted him with a first-round pick. You not only drafted him with a first-round pick, you spent other draft compensation to move up and go get him. He wants to be there. He wants an opportunity. And he clearly has talent. When he came in when Aaron Rodgers got hurt, he performed very well. He had about 110 yards, I think, in only a quarter half of play. He has the talent. Is he going to be the Packers quarterback? I don't know. It's impossible to say because we haven't seen him play football. It's an impossible. If you go out to try to grade Jordan Love's experience with the Green Bay Packers, it's impossible to do so. He hasn't had the time because you're continuing to roll it out with Aaron Rodgers, and this is the Aaron Rodgers you're going to get. If you start Jordan Love, if nothing else, starting Jordan Love is a breath of fresh air. It's a calming. It brings over it completely annihilates all the anxiety because you have zero expectation with him. You have this young, talented quarterback. Maybe he's good, maybe he's not. But there is zero expectation there. We know he has talent. He doesn't have a lot of receivers around him, so yeah, probably doesn't succeed. But if he does, oh my gosh, that completely changes the trajectory of the Green Bay Packers. They go from a team that's probably going to be moving off of Aaron Rodgers this offseason. I honestly see them moving off of one of their running backs, trying to get better draft compensation. They go from a rebuilding team to, we're in it. We need to add pieces. We need to add a receiver like Devontae Adams. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry. No. They completely change their philosophy once if they find out Jordan Love has some talent. And they would know if they try to play the kid. Aaron Rodgers doesn't want to be there. Even when he is there, even when he's playing, this is what you've got from Aaron Rodgers. Another failure of a season, and it's just getting worse.